Night Terror, a true story. A typical night, slightly after midnight. She jumps on him playing a who can slap who contest. They fight with all their might while giggling their hearts out. She clinches her body around his, making it impossible for him to reach her face. And somehow she manages to land multiple on his. She was a good fighter, and always fought dirty. She fought like a girl, and the girl she was. She never cared what she had to do to win, as long as she came victorious. She used her nails, her teeth, she poked, she tickled, she pretended she was hurt for a second until she got her way with him. He always thought she was way too strong for a girl, especially for her size. After he finally realized he won't win this, not with how she can glue her body into his using her full strength, so no matter what he does, he can't shake her off, like she has some sort of gecko suction power. Anyway, he stands up with her arms and legs tightly wrapped around him, that he almost can't breathe. Then he walks to the bedroom. He throws her with all his might onto the bed. It was the only way he can think of to cut her loose without hurting her. She lands on the bed hard and loud while giggling and screaming. He jumps on her, but she dodges and tackles him so she can land on top. She slaps him a few more times, and he's in total shock how she's managing to, despite the fact that he's totally used to it by now. After a bit of struggling, squirming, pushing, pulling, biting, poking, and even tickling, she ends up on the bottom, with him on top. He pins her wrists down to the bed and sits on her body to keep her under control. She resists for a while, calling him a total bastard. Then she gives in, after being fully drained of energy. She lays there smiling and quietly chuckling, and he loosens his grip gently. Once he's assured she will no longer go to wild mode, they make love, and she ends up with that goofy smile you have after a good sex. The type you can't shake off, the type that stays till when you get up in the morning, go to work, and everyone starts asking you why the hell you're smiling that happily, and wondering if you're high or something. They lay in bed talking, joking, and just cuddling for a while. Then he goes to the toilet to wash up and get ready for bed. She waits in bed for her turn while he disappears. He walks into the room. The lights are on. She's in bed, appears to have fallen asleep. He tries to be quiet so he doesn't disturb her. All of a sudden, she jumps up, eyes wide open like she's seen a ghost. Then she screams, the loudest, most deafening scream he ever heard in his entire life. He's in full shock and gets closer to see what's wrong. She crawls back into the bed like she's trying to get away from some kind of monster. She continues to scream even louder. He calls her name over and over, louder and louder, to try to snap her out of it, but it doesn't work. He grabs hold of her and shakes her with all his might, but she still doesn't stop. She gets more panicked and starts resisting, and hitting him with all her strength like she's trying to defend herself. Her fists are clenched and bashing his chest over and over. She pushes him away while digging her nails into his chest and scratches him all over the place. He pins her down to the bed so she doesn't hurt herself, and when she could no longer move, she stopped. She woke up to realize that she was asleep. Her fists hurt, her throat very sore. She has no idea where she is or why he's on top of her. She's in shock and denial and a complete loss. She then, for whatever reason, starts crying her heart out. She asks him what's going on. He tells her while holding her gently but tightly. She then sees all the marks, scratches, and bruises she left on his bare chest, and cries even harder as she feels like some sort of monster. But he assures her he's okay, and he just hopes the neighbors didn't call the police, especially since they were in a different country, far away from home. That was the first time he experienced that with her. It was horrific for him to go through. But he was so pleased. He was there for her, by her side. So she never has to go through anything like this ever again. Not when she's all alone. Cleopatra.